Everybody watching this video is a genius and you should all follow me because I only let geniuses follow me. We're going to be going through Wikipedia today to learn all of the greatest things in the world. Alright, let's start with religion. Religion. What is religion? Have you ever asked yourself this question? It's a very hard question. Religion is a range of socio-cultural systems. You see that? Social constructionism, including designated behaviors and practice of ethics and morals. Ethics. Let's talk about that for a second, because there's a lot of unethical behavior in the world. Let's be honest with ourselves. Ethics involves systematizing, defining, and recommending concepts of right and wrong behavior. Let's take a look at what ethics looks like, right? Let's look at Buddhism. That's a good example. Alright, it's a philosophy based on teachings of the Buddha. We all know this. But what specifically does Buddhism teach? Eternalism? Wait, hold on. That can't be right. The middle path, the middle way. Yes, this is an important concept. You see, we all have to act and behave in the right way. So they have this idea of the middle way. This is the right way to live. You ready for this? The common Buddhist terms refer to the major two aspects of Dharma, blah, 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 blah. Where's the good stuff? Asceticism. And there you go. Asceticism. That's the gist of it, isn't it? You gotta abstain from all the short-term pleasure. You gotta do the right thing. You gotta be moral. Don't worry about material possessions. Who needs those? We don't need those things. We gotta just pursue it. Don't do this though. You know, you don't need to be doing that. But point is, you gotta do it. You know what? This connects to ancient Greece. Look at this. Philosophy, my favorite. Reason. We all love reason. We love to reason with people. We love to tell people how they're wrong. We love to tell ourselves how we're right all the time. Because why? Because reasons. Epistemology. Capacity to consciously apply logic and valid conclusions. Valid conclusions, you know how that works? You know what logic is? Inductive reasoning. Alright? Variety of methods of reasoning exist. Yes, of course. Unlike deductive reasoning, where the conclusion is certain, inductive reasoning provides probabilities, you see? Statistical syllogism is a type of inductive reasoning, you see? Argument from analogy. This is what we're talking about. Maximum likelihood estimation. You know what that is? This is what that is. It's a method of estimating the parameters of an assumed probability distribution. Like this one. This is the normal distribution. Have a look. See, most falls into this section, and less falls into this section in this section. Very simple. Very simple to understand. Probability distribution. It's very simple. We experiment. This is science. We're getting into science. Oh no, this is still statistics. Let's search experiment. Let's learn about experiments. A procedure carried out to support or refute a hypothesis. You know what a hypothesis is? It's when you guess. You don't know, and you're just like, hypothesis. Maybe this is the case. And then you go test it. And then that's called the scientific method. Ladies and gentlemen. Empirical method of knowledge, careful observation, rigorous skepticism, hypothesis testing. There you go. There's this. Hypothesis testing, ladies and gentlemen. Method of statistical inference. It's an inferential kind of reasoning, right? Philosophy likes to deal with deductive reasoning. This is the good stuff. This is the stuff we like. Because in deductive reasoning we have certainty. For example, if Socrates... Wait, where is it? It's right here. All men are mortal. Socrates is a man. Conclusion, therefore, Socrates is mortal. That is deductive, because it's certain. If you know the premises are true, then the conclusion has to be true. But in inductive reasoning, it's not like that, you see. You come up with, statistics and such things. Let's go back to inductive reasoning. Let's make sure we understand this properly. Alright, generalization, accurately an inductive generalization, proceeds from premises about a sample. So you take a group of things like a duck or a goose, and then you say, a goose is white, or it is gray, or it is orange, whatever colors geese are. Let's have a look. What color are geese? They're white, right? Geese are white? Oh, no, they're not. They're like a gray color. So we say this is what the goose looks like. But that is an inductive argument, and it is an estimation. You see, there's lots of different color geese. You see? Let's look at images. Look at all these different kinds. There's white goose. There is like orange-ish ones. There's gray ones. There's this yellow one that looks like it's sick. Actually, no, it looks like a race car. This is the race car goose. We got gray, we got slightly brown, we got slightly brown and gray. We got a little bit of blue in the gray ones, you know? So, science and hypothesis testing is what we use to get to the truth. This is hypothesis. Geese is white. We Google, and then we see, no, geese is not white. Geese is like a lot of colors. Black even. Look at that. Look at all of these colors. Orange colored geese. Okay, there's not really... Oh, there! See? Look at that. That is an orange goose. Bet you didn't know that existed. Science. And now we go back to religion. What is religion? See, religion, can we use science on religion? No, because it's not testable. But can we use logic? Yes, we can. So that's where we go to the philosophy of religion. Philosophy of religion. Philosophical examination of central themes. You know what's a central core part of philosophy? Logic. There it is, right there. Study of reasoning. Look at this. This is called propositional logic, I think. With the P. P leads to Q. Therefore Q. Boom. Deduction. Knowledge right there. You can't escape it. The only way you escape a reasoning like this is if the premises are wrong, or there's another premise that's missing that would contradict it, or whatever. Now let's get back to what we were looking at. Philosophy of religion. Also metaphysics. A very important concept to understand. Metaphysics. It is the philosophy of the supernatural, almost. The branch of that philosophy that examines the basic structure of reality itself. Reality and everything that is. You know what logos means? This is what logos means. It's a concept in Western philosophy, psychology, rhetoric, as well as religion, most notably Christianity. In the beginning was the word. The word is actually logos. In Christianity, logos is the name or title of Jesus Christ. There you go. And it is the rational, among its connotations, is that a rational form of discourse that relies on inductive and deductive reasoning. Logos becomes the word logic. I will show you logos etymology. Oh my gosh, I need to type faster. Logos comes from Greek, stemming this, right? And then L-O-G-Y, etymology. No, that's not it. I'll just pick an example. I'm wasting so much time. Oh my gosh. No, not meaning. What is... You know what, forget it. I made my point. So, religion. Alright. Let's examine how many religions there are. Hello? Philosophy... No, not philosophy, religion. Religion. There are many. Look. We have this one, and 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 they all have different things. Now, how do we come to the decision of which one's correct? I would say deductive reasoning. We can't use inductive because we can't test hypotheses, really. I mean, they can, but they only give us guesses, right? Like the duck thing. But if we rely on deductive reasoning, right? Let's examine, right, deductive reasoning. Which of these must be correct according to deductive reasoning? Alright, so if anything contradicts any of these, then we know with certainty they can't be right. That's how deductive reasoning is supposed to work, yes? So, which of these is most confirmed by the facts? The answer is, I don't know, but probably none of them. Let's be honest. The thing that's confirmed by the facts is science, right? Alright? Now you might say, well, like, what does that do to religion? The answer is, meaning psychology. Meaning is an epistemological concept. This is not what I'm looking for. You know what? Let's start over. I think we've learned plenty. Let's. You know what? That's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.